Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Battle Court Jai-Alai. Tonight's game day will feature the Chargers and the Cyclones. And with that, want to welcome everybody into another edition of the Fall 24 Battle Court season. I'm Andrew Bleckman, joined alongside Stu Nyman to bring you the Chargers and the Cyclones. How you doing today, Stu?
I'm doing great on this Tuesday afternoon. Andrew, looking forward to this first matchup.
Yeah, a couple changes on the schedule. Let's get a look here at our standings, see where all six of our teams stack up at this point in the season. Yesterday was the Fireballs and Warriors. Today, see the Chargers and the Cyclones, 4th and 5th place respectively in our standings. Then you look at the possible points remaining. Fireballs and Warriors 1 day ahead of the other 4 teams. If you joined us the last time the Cyclones were in action, when Amiga Reina went down with a calf injury, looks like that injury will keep him out for just a few more weeks, maybe about a month in total. So Amiga Reina out, and also Ferronda suffering an injury over the weekend as well. So the second player, Amiga Reina, 3rd division player Ferronda for the Cyclones are both out today, leaving a number of changes in the original schedule. We get started here in the 3rd division though. Just clean, no changes here. We're going to see Zuleika and Arta for the Chargers taking on Bueno and Manu, one of the better teams for the Cyclones. Almost every season of Battle Court, they get us started today. We have a slate of 5 matches. Our originally scheduled 2nd division singles has been forfeited by the Cyclones, so Iturbide gets that win over Amiga Reina. Outside of that, listen up for the matchups. We're getting started with match 1 of 5, 3rd division doubles.
Zuleika serves, we begin. Here's a backhand by Manu. Powerfully thrown, Rabote coming out to the forehand of Zuleika. Here's Manu again from the 11 line. Rabote left side by Zuleika to the inside. Manu from the 11 line on the forehand. Here's the backhand by Manu. High and hard to the backcourt. Arta's there. Rabote forehand by Zuleika. Carries back. Manu's there. Hard throw to the inside. Zuleika for the Rabote. That clears the overhead screen. Bueno's got it up there at the 3 line. Rifles it inside. It's scooped up by Arta. Rabote forehand by Bueno. Passing. Rabote left side by Zuleika. That ball's on the wall. Bueno makes the save, keeps it in play. Here's the backhand by Arta. Rabote coming out again. Rabote forehand. Zuleika fakes the 2-ball, drops it inside softly. Bueno gets there, drops it midcourt softly. That one will score. Well played by all 4 players. Bueno and Manu of the Cyclones first up on the board in today's first match.
Now this one, the Cyclones, I mean, they need it early, Stu. I mean, dealing with 2 injuries to their 2nd and 3rd division players. I mean, we haven't seen really anything like that in Battle Court, playing this shorthanded. I mean, a point and a half here up for grabs. You got Bueno and Manu out there. It's been a solid team over a couple seasons. This is a crucial point for the Cyclones to get their day started off.
There's a backhand by Arta. Rabote coming out. Rabote forehand. This one caught by Zuleika. Cortada by Zuleika with a soft touch. Scores on the 2nd bounce. Well thrown. 1-1. Zuleika serves for the Chargers.
Yeah, switching it up here, going with the forehand just above the pad. Takes a little off of it.
Yeah, really well done.
Yeah, and it just narrowly got the 2nd bounce before Manu got to it. And I was thinking, so I mean, that one's pretty close, but you see where we're standing, kind of where Arta is. You can't see that ball on the inside part of the wall, on the left side in particular. So good call there by the judge.
Backhand by Manu to the inside. Rabote, left side. Catch by Arta. Here's the backhand. Arta again, this time from the 12 line. He goes deep. Manu goes to the corner, comes out on the backhand. Excellent catch on the sidewall by Zulaika. Here's the backhand by Manu. Ball tipped at the back wall. 2 points for the blue shirts, Bueno and Manu. Bueno has the serve for the Cyclones.
These matchups always interesting. I mean, a mismatch of rankings here. Zulaika, the number 1 in the front against Bueno, who's a 5. And then for the Cyclones, they have the edge in the backcourt with Manu as the number 1 division and Arta in the 4. I'd like to see a little more aggressive play from Zulaika. Doesn't want to give anything away early on against Bueno, but you still got to put a little bit of pressure on the defense.
Robote left side to the inside. There's a catch by Zulaika. Right on the tip. Robote coming out. Robote forehand. This one caught by Arta. Backhand to the inside. Here's the backhand by Manu. Robote forehand. Wall to wall is thrown by Zulaika. Powerfully thrown. Bueno makes a great save at the side wall. Here's a backhand by Arta. Zulaika on the catch, winds up, fakes the Costalo drop shot, read by Manu. Manu, powerful backhand, Robote coming out. Zulaika from the forehand makes the save. Manu in the front court from the outside, 3-wall play. In or out?
Yeah, no, it looked like the back judge actually. Yeah, the back judge
was
ruled
screamed
out. I don't know. I think Manu's walking back here. I think they're going to take a look. Yeah. Well, at least going to look here at the ball mark. I mean, yeah, they're going to take a look. Well, the judge doing the right thing. I mean,
it's been challenged.
You don't want to make a call that you can't see. And the back judge was moving out of the way, and the first bounce actually hit the cage. I mean, you see that pad. There's a slight part of that cage that is in bounds. So we are in a replay review. The call was out on the floor. Again, with some revamped replay rules this year. If an out call is changed to in, the point is replayed if the cesta of the player on the opposing team made contact with the ball. In this case, the ball rattled around in the cage. So
in this case, that's
if the ball is in, you can't return it.
No one even has their cesta up while the ball's in the air.
Yeah, let's see where this ball lands. I mean, take a look here. Actually, yeah. Oh, my goodness. I mean.
It lands in the now, so if that red line is contiguous against, that's out to me.
You know, it's a lot easier. And it's a lot easier when you can actually see the ball mark. But, boy, that would be tough to.
That lands in the. That appears to land in the cage.
Yeah, this is a case where you don't see the line. A lot of times it's particularly easy when the ball leaves a mark. In this case, it's not very clear. So
it's a tough call because that floor, again, there's no way to see into the cage.
And again, I think this is an important case too, where you got to go with. I mean, the call on the floor is important too. I mean, the call on the floor was out. And they're taking a long look at it.
It was good.
Call is that the ball.
So the call is that the ball was in play. Yeah, take another look here at this look. So the ball was in play. It was originally called out. No contact was made with the opposing team and the ball. So
that point's for Bueno and Manu.
That point will actually go to Bueno and Manu. You see that ball landing in, rattling around in the cage. That's going to be a third point.
The call stands.
Yeah, and this is a case, again, the replay rules were changed for this season. If an out call is changed to in, which was the case here, If no contact was made between the ball and the cesta, the call is reversed and a point is awarded. That's the case here. Point goes to the Cyclones.
Clarification on the new rule here. Here's the backhand by Arta. That ball touched the overhead screen. That's a 4th point for Bueno and Manu.
Yeah, and in order for
Bueno has a serve.
In order for the Chargers to get a replay of the point, the cesta of one of their players has to have made contact with the ball. I mean, that ball hit in and then rattled around into cage.
That question was answered. That
right.
question was answered immediately. Not one player had their cesta up. So
that is why point is awarded in that case.
Rebote forehand by Bueno. Here's a catch by Zulaika. Splitter by Zulaika. Splits and scores. 2 points for Zulaika and Arta. Zulaika has a serve for the Chargers.
Yeah, switching it up. Zulaika's been throwing that 2-wall so well to begin the year. Now mixing in the split placement puts so much pressure on the opposing front quarter to read that in time and make the adjustment.
Powerful serve by Zulaika. Caught and returned by Manu. Here's a backhand by Manu. Arches there. Backhand 2-all is out. 3 points for Zulaika and Arta. Of the Chargers, Zulaika has the serve.
And backhand 2-all just stayed in the air a little bit longer than Manu wanted. I mean, not often you see Manu go to that this early in the match, and especially with a lead. I mean, usually down a couple points, you see him try to get a fast one, but giving one away there, now just a 1-point deficit for the Chargers.
Manu on the backhand from the 11 line. Here's Arta. Low and inside. Bueno's there. Bueno now on the backhand. Rebote forehand. Caught by Arta. Arta backhand to the inside. Manu for the rebote. He makes a save from the floor. Here's Zulaika. Powerful throw to the inside. Scoop by Manu. What a catch by Arta. Beautifully played on the left side. Zulaika winds up. Split placement. Stopped by Bueno in the air. Bueno's costado. Scoop by Arta. Powerful backhand. Rebote coming out hard. Bueno makes the save. Zulaika again to the inside. Rebote for Bueno. Arta on the forehand. Over the top. Beautiful catch by Arta behind the 13 line. Big backhand. And Manu is there. Manu from the 13 line. Arta advances. Takes it in the air. Backhand low and hard and caught by Manu. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall, played on the forehand of Zulaika. Here's the backhand by Manu. Rebote, left side by Zulaika. Manu takes it on the bounce. Backhand thrown powerfully, low and hard, caught beautifully by Arta. There's the backhand. What a catch by Manu, pulling it off the sidewall. Low runner, scoop by Manu, backhand from the 12 line. Bueno gets in there. Backhand from the 6th line. Wall to wall from the left side. Rebote coming out. 4-4 is the score. Zulaika has the serve for the Chargers.
Well, Magic City bounce there,
hit with the
opening
ball.
up.
Yeah. You see the ball coming along.
And hey, right into the knee, man.
The last thing in the world the Cyclones need is another injury. I mean, we don't want to see anyone in battle court injured, but if any team does not need an injury, it's the Cyclones.
Yeah, right, dealing with a couple of injuries up at the top of that roster as well. So, I mean, Manu goes down. It's even tougher already.
Robote forehand by Zuleika. Here's Manu. Backhand to the inside. Zuleika winds up. Costello 2-all opens and scores. Beautifully executed by Zuleika. It is 5-4 in favor of the Chargers. Possible set point.
And a great comeback by the Chargers. That 2-all from Zuleika. That one really opened up. Take a look at Bueno here. Look at the way he throws it. Zuleika, the Costado, 2-all. Bueno hesitates right here, where it opens up off the floor. Just beats him to the net.
Yeah, you're right.
Hesitate
really
just
well
a little bit. And Zuleika's been mixing in the splitters, which kept Bueno maybe away from the outside.
What a catch by Manu.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Robote forehand by Zuleika. Wall to wall. Robote coming out. Oh, Arta comes up with a clutch catch. Gets it by Zuleika without hitting him. Here's the backhand by Manu. What a catch by Arta. Robote forehand. Cuts to the outside. Zuleika has it. Hard throw, crossing the sidewall. Manu looking for the Robote. Makes the save to the outside. That one goes off the tip of Zuleika Sesta. The score is 5-5. This is set point. Yeah, that ball went, basically Manu going up. Great sportsmanship saying, I really didn't mean to throw it quite there.
And Bueno, I mean, Manu took one earlier. Bueno just out of the way, and that one crossed way up high at the 11 line.
I'll tell you something, been really impressed in this first set with Arta. Arta's made some spectacular catches back here in the corner.
Yeah,
really well done.
I mean, just the support up there in Zuleika seems to be playing just a lot less pressure on himself, making a number of catches today. Good to see.
Here's the backhand by Arta. Manu on the catch. Backhand from the 11 line. Robote save by Zuleika. Manu makes the catch at the 11. Arta's there again. Backhand. Powerful throw. Caught by Manu. Manu with a low bullet. Picked off by Arta in the backcourt. Here's the backhand. Caught by Manu at the back wall. Robote forehand by Zuleika crossing the wall. Manu is there. Robote forehand. Here's Manu. Over the top. Arta from the 12 line. Low and hard to the inside. Bueno's there. Backhand from the 7 line. Robote forehand. Zuleika calls for the Robote. Plays it safely inside. Manu's on it. Backhand from the 10 line. Arta with the catch. Backhand. What a difficult scoop by Arta in the corner. Manu moving up. Big backhand. This Robote coming way out. Right up the middle. Zuleika's on it. To the inside he goes. Big bounce. Robote left side. Zuleika takes it in the air at the 6 line. Powerful forehand will be scooped but dropped. Such a hard-fought point going for Zuleika and Arta. 6-5 in the first set. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out, play our next set.
How about that? Getting the day started off, taking us to a decisive 11th point. Zuleika and Arta come away with set number 1.
The energy is just, I mean, from the outset, both teams. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Fronton in Miami, Florida. Currently in the 2-minute break period in between our first and second set of today's first match. Here we are in the DraftKings Players Cage. Some replays from that first set.
Yeah, some urgency being shown early on for the Cyclones. I mean, came out firing. It was a 4-1
Bueno got back in there really well.
And look at this drop shot by Bueno. A little more to the middle of the court, but still got that second bounce.
Still scored. Very well done.
Yeah, right at the 4 line.
2 bounces.
That one just narrowly took a second bounce.
Beautiful forehand Robote. Just clipped a piece of the side wall and took a little bit of an unusual bounce, and Manu caught up with, well, something besides his cesta.
Yeah.
See Zuleika winding up here. Beautiful Costello 2-all that scores.
So powerful. Look, I mean, this catch is incredible. Back behind him, up high on the left side. Wow. Just even get to 5-5 there. Incredible effort by the Cyclones, coming up just 1 point short. Zuleika and Arta only played 1 match this year, but expectations, I mean, really through the roof for this team. The way that Zuleika's played to begin this year, just one loss in singles, and that was against Hormachea, who was landing just about everything from the costado that day. So really can't blame him for that one.
And Arta backing Zuleika up almost flawlessly here. Catch by catch going with Manu. Just really well done by Arta in the backcourt.
Yeah, and in the 4th division, we've seen Arta play in the #1 doubles. We've seen him play in the 6 doubles with, again, just doesn't have a partner quite like Zuleika in any of those levels. I mean, he takes control, and it's fun to see this team working well as a unit. 3rd division doubles here, 2nd set ready to go. Bueno Manu will serve.
We're ready to begin our 2nd set. Bueno will have the serve for the Cyclones. There's the serve. We begin. There's the backhand by Arta. Robote coming out. There's Robote to the inside. Manu's there. Robote, that rebound off the back wall, played powerfully by Zuleika. Robote save. Got caught up in the overhead screen. First point of the 2nd set goes to Zuleika and Arta of the Chargers. Zuleika has the serve.
Well, you try to play that Robote above your head. You sacrifice a little bit of control, just trying to get it up off the front wall, and actually sent it up a little bit too high.
Reminder, the scoring here in Battle Court. The first team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. What a catch by Manu. That's spectacular. Here's the backhand by Arta. Low and hard to the inside. Bueno's there. Again, Manu at the side wall. Another big backhand. Robote forehand outside placement. Lands wide. 1-1. Bueno serves.
And even if that landed in, Manu was breaking to the outside. And his reading of the ball has been perfect today. Positioning always spot on. But
those 2 catches at the side wall, it's one thing for a ball to be coming at you hard. Once it has contact with that side wall, spin changes, makes a much more difficult catch. Just backhand by Arta. Robote coming out. Robote forehand by Bueno. There's a backhand by Arta. Robote forehand now by Zuleika. What a catch by Manu. Zuleika, forehand Robote, passing. Bueno, forehand Robote to Arta. Arta from the 10 line. Backhand to the inside. Here's the catch by Manu. Backhand from the 10 line. What a catch by Manu on the 13 line. Big backhand follows. Arta's there. Here's a backhand to the inside. Manu is there. Manu advances. Low, hard backhand. Comes in hard. Stopped by Arta. Arta low runner. Scooped by Manu. Robote forehand. Hard to the inside. Manu is there. Backhand from the 11 line. Beautiful catch now by Arta off the sidewall. Bueno on the forehand. Low and hard. Arta's there. Robote. Robote forehand. This one caught by Bueno. In and out of the cesta the ball goes. 2 points for the Chargers, Zuleika and Arta. Zuleika has the serve.
Cyclones working really hard right there. I mean, Manu in the back is... The way that he controls the pace of the game from back there is incredible. I mean, the height for a backcourter and the power that he possesses, and just really can do it all. He's not giving Zuleika anything on that costado. And Arta, I'll tell you what, he's giving the Chargers a shot here with catching in the back, because this is some of the best we've seen from him.
Fault over serve. Battle court rules allow for 2 serves. Second serve must be good. A good serve lands between the forehands, 7 line.
I mean, Manu's height in the backcourt gives him an advantage because you don't see many balls come out. I mean, he's able to step in there and make those catches, and then he can pass from back beyond the 13 line. If you can do that, don't give your opponent much on the offensive side of things.
Manu steps to the outside to make the catch. Zuleika's calling for the rebote, plays it inside. Big bounce. Great catch by Manu at the 10 line. Here's a backhand. Rebote. Rebote forehand rifled by Zuleika. This rebote coming all the way out. Turned successfully by Bueno. Costado 2-all by Zuleika scores.
Not even looking.
3 points for Zuleika and Arta. Zuleika serves.
Yeah, big time stuff.
So yeah, in that case, look, I know you're out there, but you're not blocking me. I'm throwing this. Yeah. And Bueno knew it.
I mean, just power to set that up with that big lofting backhand. Bueno played it up at about the 3 line off his footing, right to the costado with Zuleika. Textbook. Set up the shot, execute it. 3 points now for the Chargers.
Beautiful serve by Zuleika, caught and returned by Manu. Here's the backhand. Low and hard. Bueno's there. Bueno from the forehand. Arta on the catch. Backhand from the 11 line. Zuleika, 2-all,
like
perfectly executed to score. 4 points for Zuleika and Arta. Zuleika serves.
And Zuleika establishing that split placement in the first set. Now looking to beat Bueno to the net side. You're going to see this hesitation again right there. It just slows down, and when you do that, you're not going to get there and make the stop.
Beautifully executed by Zuleika. Just really well done.
Shows the importance of switching up the location on the 2-wall.
Here's the backhand by Manu. Rebote to the inside. Will score. 5 points for Zuleika and Arta. Possible match point.
Finally able to trip up Manu there in the backcourt off the rebote, crossing the sidewall. A lot of spin, a lot of change at the last second, and just couldn't bring it in. And Manu's been, I mean, really, he's been locked in from the start. He's been playing a majority of the balls here in the backcourt, and seeing the second set, not much to show for it.
Beautiful catch by Manu. Backhand. Arta's there. There's the backhand by Arta. Bueno from the 8 line. Zuleika powerfully from the forehand, and Manu is there. Backhand. Rebote coming way out to the 3 line. Turned on the forehand of Bueno. Zuleika winds it up to 2-all. Stopped by Bueno. Bueno's carambola caught in the air and returned in one motion by Zuleika. Bueno makes the save. Zuleika's there. 2-all. Will score for the win. Point set and a hard-fought match in straight sets for Zuleika and Arta of the Chargers, taking it 6-5, 6-1.
Maybe a big day brewing for the Chargers. I mean, one of the matches of equal ranking, and they get it done in straight sets. Zuleika and Arta, 6-5, 6-1. Our second scheduled match, that was Iturbide of the Chargers against Amiga Reina of the Cyclones. Amiga Reina is out. That match has been forfeited, so the Chargers get an extra point. They now have 2.5 on the game day, and be moving on to match number 3. Take a look at the final throw right here. Look here, Costado into the 2-wall. Bueno makes the catch this time, but look at this by Zuleika. Standing right there, flips it back up. Bueno completely screened on that rebote, really digging it out, and then the 2-all from the outside, how that really opens up, and it scores for the win. Moving on over to the 4th division singles matchup next. That's going to be Ron of the Cyclones against Arta of the Chargers.
As soon as that highlight ball leaves the cesta, you can't blink because every second is packed with action. Keep up with the world's fastest ball sport all game day long with bets on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. Find your favorite team or player and get in on the action with DraftKings, the official sports betting partner of the World Jai-Alai League. The crown is yours.
Take a look here at the game day score. The Chargers winning that first doubles match and getting the point for that singles match that was forfeited. So we're moving over now to the 4th division singles. Ron out there with the practice right now. Arta's coming right back out, so not practicing all too much. We're going to hear from the winning team, Zuleika and Arta. Here is the Chargers' 3rd division team. And Iturbide.
All right, Zuleika, Arta, congratulations on winning that match. 2-0 to begin the season. Bueno Menu have been one of the best teams in this division over the last few seasons. How were you able to knock them off today?
Well, playing good. There's no secret. Bueno Manu are one of the strongest team, if they're not the strongest in the Division 3. We knew that was going to be a very hard game. We play good, I think, and yeah, hopefully we got the W and looking forward now.
Yeah, pretty much what he said. I think the key was making less mistakes as possible. And at the end of the game, I guess we just made less mistakes than they did. So that gave us a win.
Well, guys, again, congratulations on winning that match. See what else happens on today's game day.
Thank you.
And coming up next, 4th division of singles, you got Arta against Ron. Arta 0-1 to begin this season. You got Ron 1-1, has played 2 singles matches already. This will be his 3rd. One thing you're going to see in this matchup, and you're going to see some shots. I mean, that's how Arta's had success in this singles division. That's Ron's game. Get the ball and fire a shot before your opponent. Ready to go here with, I guess this will technically be the 3rd match of the game day now, as the second one was forfeited. It's Ron against Arta. Arta will serve. There's a serve by Arta. We begin. Ron from the left side opens up on the backhand. Arta pulls it in from the 10 line. High, hard throw. Ron looking for the rebote. Makes a save to the inside. Arta with the scoop. That's missed. Ron gets the first point of this 4th division singles.
It's Ron again nursing a sore calf. We have a partial calf tear for Migarena, who's completely out. Frond out.
Arta, big backhand, dropped into the corner. Forehand rebote, played to the inside, close to the sign wall. Arta steps up. Backhand delivered into the corner. Ron on the rebote again. This save coming up the middle and passing. Arta, fake the 2-all, dropped it inside. Here's Ron. Ron with a forehand to pass now. Arta set up on the rebote. This one clips. Ron waits for it, makes the high scoop. Backhand to the inside. Rebote forehand, pushed outside. And that lands just inside the boundary to score. Arta gets his first point to tie it up.
Ron here with limited mobility is really going to focus on his court positioning. Try to move into positions so that he doesn't have to move around too much. But as you can see right there, by Arta throwing that rebote in that replay, once you go to throw the ball, you plant.
High hard backhand. Arta thought about it. Gets out there for the rebote, but sent that one a little too high. That caught the rail just above the front wall, which is out of play. 2 points for Ron. He serves.
Yeah, these slow-mos give you a really good opportunity to see why the majority of injuries that we do have here in Battle Court, in Highline in general, are leg injuries, or usually knees. It's a lot of planting on cement.
Backhand play to the inside. Ron with a missed ball right at the 10 line. Quick point for Arta. Ties things up 2-2.
In the practice beforehand, saw Arta working on that 2-all. I imagine we're going to see it at some point. Be surprised if we didn't. Ron may have a difficult time getting to it.
Backhand by Ron to the inside. Arta quickly into the 2-wall. Thrown in to score. Well thrown there by Arta. That's a 3-2 lead.
Literally had no idea that's when he was going to break it out.
There he goes, too.
But I watched
It's
him.
always nice when
I think between 4:30 and 5 p.m. and we started, I think he threw 100 of them. So
Preparing
in the practice,
for this? Yeah.
I figured it was going to come out sooner or later. Court position.
Robote left side by Arta. He makes a save. Here's Ron from the 8 line. Just going to pass. Trying to pass from the left side. Arta steps in there. Backhand 2-wall. Scoop by Ron. Ron with the forehand back inside. Arta's there. Arta going to pass this time. Coming up the middle. Ron, Robote, left side. High to the inside. Big bouncer controlled by Arta. Another 2-wall. Not opening up enough. Ron stops it again. Ron from the forehand. Fake the carom. Dropped it inside. Arta's there to scoop it up. What a point. Ron again. Forehand Robote played over the top. Arta reaches in. Inside placement. Oh, Ron just did get in there before the second bounce. Here's the backhand.
Ron testing his
2-wall.
mobility.
My,
wow.
my. That one from Arta's gorgeous. That scores. He leads 4-2.
So it seems like Ron, based on his injury, is more comfortable moving to his left than he is to his right. Because he went to the side wall there.
Yes.
And,
No, I
and
agree.
didn't see it, and he didn't grimace when he did it. When he goes to move to his right is when you can see the pain.
Yeah. Got out there a couple times, but that one was, man, snapped in there by Arta. No chance to get out to it.
No, literally, I wasn't kidding with the 100 figure. Arta threw at least
Dude,
102
no,
walls in between the.
I can attest. I only saw half of the practice, but I saw at least 60. So I'm right there with you. Robote left side, dug out there by Arta. Ron takes off, stops it on the forehand. Low and hard this time. Oh, what a scoop
catch
by Arta. My, oh my. Ron looking to get back in there. He just does make the save. Backing up, Arta scoops it. 2-wall. Not opening up enough. Ron's got it. Ron with the drop shot. Dropped in to score. What a shot from the outside. Ron gets his third and the serve.
Ron missed an opportunity with that drop shot earlier. He put it back inside and Art just scooped it. So I can't imagine he was going to try to make that mistake twice. Woo, what a beautiful drop shot.
I mean, that was narrowly above the pad. Arta from the 11 line keeps the backhand inside. Here's Ron. Arta now over the 9. Big backhand coming up the middle. Ron takes off early, tracks down the Robote. It's a 2-wall. That's thrown to score. 4-4 is the score. Ron serves.
Arta getting that look of frustration that we've seen when he drops a couple points. Tying his cesta back on there. He's been playing great so far. Ron checking in with him, making sure he's ready for the serve.
Backhand inside. Here's Ron from the 10 line. That keeps this one inside. Ron steps up from the costado, straight inside. That one scores. Ron jumps out ahead 5-4. He's got a possible set point.
Surprising comeback here for Ron. For me, it began with him moving into the side wall and making a catch that I don't think Arta expected him to make. That ball thrown beautifully back to the inside and out of the reach of Arta.
Arta plays to pass from the left side. Ron on the rebote, low and hard. Picked up Arta from the 10. Ron leaping grab, same spot. This one high and hard. Arta left a little late, and he gets out there to make the creative rebote save. Forehand to the inside, though.
What a
caught
catch
by Arta. Arta's inside placement, picked up by Ron. He's got a good read on it. The backhand now passing again. Arta comes back for it. It's a 2-all. It opens up, not enough. Ron from the outside, low and hard.
Whoa,
that scores
what an effort.
for the set. What a point. Ron wins it, though, 6-4. 2 minutes. We'll come back and play set 2.
Have to say that I'm a bit surprised. Ron is playing, but not entirely 100%, dealing with some soreness in that left calf. Mobility looked pretty limited, but then he started moving towards the sidewall, moving towards his left actually pretty well. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. We are currently in our second match, third scheduled match on the game day. We did have a forfeit due to injury for the second match. Here's some replays from that first set. Backhand 2-all, stopped on the forehand of Ron. See Ron from the outside with the drop shot just above the pad, taking its second bounce, several feet in front of Arta. Very well done.
Taking a look here back over on the Cyclones side of the bench. And Ron was down early there, Stu. I mean, overcoming that deficit, started to open up a little bit with the shots. I mean, you can tell maybe not 100% out there, but still moving well enough to get that set and potentially a big point for his team.
Yeah, and as you can see there, Ferranda wrapped up.
You know, that's... You see injuries all the time, but 3 of the same injuries to players on the same team. And I don't know if it's all the same leg, but that would be even crazier. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I don't remember which leg it was for Miguel Reyna. Let's see what happens in the second set.
Supporting his team today, even though he is out. Ron coming back out for set number 2. Arta, though, will have the serve. Here's the serve. We begin. Backhand to the inside. Arta passing. Ron waiting on it. Digs it out. That's a nice save. Arta picks it off straight into the costado. That 2-all opens up wide.
That's beautifully executed by Arta.
And it scores.
Really solid 2-all here by Arta. Ron, no stranger to the kill shot. Like to see him land some in here. I don't think either one of these players is eager for this to go to 3 sets.
Yeah, these guys are going to fire. Ron waiting on the serve, makes the catch on the left side. Big backhand, just out of reach of Arta. Rebote laid up to the inside. Ron waits on it up at the 8. High hard back in again. That clears the overhead screen. Arta, inside placement on the rebote. Ron catches it. Ron, costado inside. Got him. 1-1, we're tied up.
Yeah, Ron ducking to basically give Arta some room to move in there to try to make that catch. Arta just not cutting back to the inside.
Ron from the 9 line, high and hard. Arta waits on it. Rebote left side with that clipped. Ron looking forward in the air. He's got it. The Costado, the 2-wall opens up to score.
Really beautifully executed by Ron. That 2-wall. He saw basically his opponent standing to his left. He throws a very good 2-wall, as we know. Killed it.
Backhand to the inside. There's a good catch by Ron.
Nice
Rebote left side, saved by Arta. Ron, tip ball, was floating up there at the 7. Just missed it. Gets Arta his second point and the serve.
Yeah, Ron a little tenuous with his running up to that ball. Not sure if he had an idea of what he wanted to do with it when he got there, but need to make the catch first.
Ron from the 13 line, backhand, picked off the sidewall. It's a good catch by Arta. Arta higher and harder. Ron taking off, looking for the rebote, turns it inside. Arta picks it up. Backhand from the 8. Low runner. Ron's got a good read on it. Ron, little clip. Arta not fooled. He's got a 2-wall of his own, and that's going to score from the outside. Arta retakes the lead, 3-2.
Yeah, Ron did not want to put that ball in the middle of the court, which is right where Arta was standing. It is interesting where you see Ron's comfort level. Again, moving to his left seems to be okay. Running up on a ball, though, seems to be giving him some trouble.
Well, that serve is good. That is going to be an ace. That's 4 points now for Arta.
Yeah, Ron all the way back here where you would expect someone in singles to be waiting for the ball the first time.
And not moving too well. I mean, your Arta start moving him around on the serve.
Yeah, with the Cortada serve, that's smart.
Again, still back at the 13, but got a play on this one.
What a catch.
Ron comes away with it. Backhand to the inside, pulled in by Arta quickly into the 2-wall. Not opening up enough. Ron on the outside. There's the carom. That lands in to score. 3 points for Ron.
You see Arta untying and then retying his cesta. So basically with every throw that a player makes, that cesta becomes just a little bit looser. The only thing holding that hand in there is that long tie called a cinta. Some players get a good tie and just keep it on throughout the match or the set. Some players like to retighten it after every point.
Oh, the backhand by Arta is up in the overhead screen and out of play. 4-4 is the score. Ron serves.
Yeah, Arta's teammates basically saying, hey, just keep your head in it, you know. We're at 4-4. Reminder, the scoring first player to reach 6 points will win the set. First player to win 2 sets wins the match.
Rebote forehand, Ron puts it at the feet of Arta. He's got it on the left side, big backhand. Ron looking for the rebote, stays up at the 9 line, he's got it again. Arta into the Costado, that 2-wall is snapped in to score. 5 points for Arta, on a possible set point, looking to take us to a 3rd set.
That was beautifully executed by Arta. That 2-wall opened up about the 2 line. That's what he was practicing.
Ron off the serve from the 11. Dropping it right in the corner. Arta on a knee makes the save. That takes Ron to the outside on the hop. Long drop shot. Dropped in to score. Ron has come back to tie it up at 5-5. In our second set, Ron has a possible match point. Can Arta, if he wins, take us to a third set?
It's not just Cyclones fans, it's both players. Both of them would like to be finished here. Ron, a player who will always hide his pain, always, 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 since he first started playing Magic City before Battle Court. Never gonna let you know when he's hurt, but he's hurting, and Arch just seems out of gas.
Arta from the 11. There's the backhand on the inside. Picked off by Ron. Ron able to pass. Arta now looking for the rebote. That stays inside right on the wall. Ron keeps it going with a one-handed grab. Arta from the middle of the court. Goes out to the inside. Back it up. Ron scooped it up. Here's Arta just beyond the 11. The backhand. Play to the inside. Lets it pass front ways. Rebote to the outside. Arta takes off.
What a
he
great
gets
catch.
out there. Arta the long drop shot. Oh my, he dropped it in to score. We are going to a third set coming up in just 2 minutes.
Both players giving it their all there at the end of that second set. Neither one, I can imagine wanting to go to a third set, but we're going to a third set. Great catch and throw by Ron. Great catch and throw by Arta.
And exhausted coming after that set. I mean,
We'll leave them alone in the DraftKings players cage, and look at this outside placement.
boy, good attempt by Ron. Look at Arta.
Great
Lunge
catch.
at the last second, just gets out to it, and then
The mindset to throw a drop shot from the 10 line on the outside.
I mean, Ron is like, look, if that hits, it hits. If it's
Yeah.
not, I'm a winner. And
Yeah, I'm
it
gonna
hit.
start. I'm gonna start my walk back to the cage now. Here we are in the DraftKings players cage. You see Fronda consulting with Ron. Got about a minute left here in this break between sets. Again, we're going in the third and final set of the singles match.
Yeah, I mean, given the health, I mean, it seems that Ron not 100% out there and trying to stretch it out. I was surprised that he didn't throw a shot early on in that point at 5-5. I mean, he threw the outside placement there late, but
Well, the same thing with Arta. Arta appears tired. He's not.
Right.
He has no injury that we know of. He appears tired. So if you're tired and you got the kill shot, kill it. Just start ripping two walls.
right, particularly from the left side. I mean, Ron throws that just about as well as anybody in this division, maybe on the roster. And I don't know if Arta's been able to track any one of those down from the left. From the right side, you know, if you don't throw the outside placement all too well, you're going to get a chance at it. And Arta did.
Sportsmanship between both players, acknowledging that they're tired. that they're a little on the tired side. Here you see Arta tying into his cesta. A frequent question I get is why do they grab it with their teeth?
Why'd they do that?
Basically, it's because you're pulling it taut. You're making it
Okay.
tight. And so you have to move your hand. So to hold it in that tight position, you grab it with your teeth, then pick it back up with your hand.
Huh? Third set coming up here. Ron will serve to Arta. And just getting a few extra breaths here before we begin this third set. Players acknowledging they're ready to go. There's a serve by Ron. Our third set is underway. Rebote forehand by Ron. Played inside. Arta
Powerfully.
looking for the rebote. He lays it up. Ron in the inside placement on the costado. Arta picks it up. There's the backhand, the low runner. Ron running back for it. He makes a save high to the inside. Arta waits on it. That ball's floating. He steps up to it. Runner inside again. That one dropping low. Ron just
What a
does
save.
flick it up there. Big bouncer again. Here's Arta from the costado. Inside placement. Oh, Ron got there again. Backhand. Quick release to the inside. Arta's got it in the air. Arta again, this time from the 10 line. Backhand. Dropped right into the corner. Robote forehand laid up, and it will score. Gonna get the second bounce. Ron starts off our third set. First point.
Art doing a great job of hanging in there, catch by catch and throw by throw. Again, he's got that 2-all, but again, you need to be in the right position to throw it.
Two-all by Arta opens up,
Beautifully
and
executed.
that one scores. We're tied up 1-1. Forehand Robote pushed to
Ooh,
the
to the
outside.
outside.
Ron steps out there.
Look at that
High
two-all.
bounce 2-all. That
Oh,
opens
my.
up. It lands into
What a
score.
shot.
Creative shot by Ron. That's a 2-1 lead in this third set.
We've seen those high bounce 2-alls. That one beautifully executed on the left side of Ron. Yeah, from every view on the court, that looked like it was potentially going out, but just dropped in beautifully.
Here's Arta. Big backhand now. Oh, that opened
Oh,
up off the
my.
back wall. Ron now a 2-point lead in this third set.
No, there's nothing you could do about that.
Big backhand dropped in the corner. Robote forehand. Ron makes a save. Arta has it.
Here's the
Into
windup.
Costado.
Oh,
that
that's
2-all
wide.
is pushed wide. (4-1). Ron leads and he serves. Arta, there's a big backhand right in the corner. Robote forehand. Ron plays it to the inside. Arta, left side Robote.
That's beautiful.
Sticks inside. There's a scoop by Ron. Good read, the backhand. Leaping grab by Arta. Not going to let that one pass. Ron from the inside. That's a long 2-all opening up, and it scores again. That's a 5-1 lead for Ron. He's got a possible set and a possible match point.
I knew there were going to be 2-alls. I've just described it to the wrong player.
Yeah, I mean, the Ron throws this a little bit differently. Look at the wrist action here. He really turns his hands over,
Yes.
gets a lot of spin, and look at where that opens up. Like we're talking how it opens up, where it hits the front wall and the floor, kind of like Hormachea. So difficult to read and perfectly done. A long 2-all.
That's going to score.
That's going to score for Arta. Extends the match here. Still possible match point for Ron.
Where was he? Line 11? We'll see right here. Yeah, that was about line 11. Boom. Look at this. He has to throw that hard enough so that carries all the way in the air to the front wall. Very well done.
Ron has a serve again. Ooh, the
So overhead
backhands in
screen.
the overhead screen. Arta hanging around. That's now 3 points. Arta serves.
Yeah, Ron can't afford any unforced errors here because we know that Arta can snap a couple 2-alls and this thing will be
That's
finished in the
dangerous.
third set.
Yeah, he knows it too. Just gave that one away. Ron's got this one. Controls it, backhand a pass. Arta on the move. That rebote is gonna sail wide. Point, set, and match. Ron defeats Arta in 3 sets, winning the final set 6-3.
4 minutes, Mike.
First point of the game day for the Cyclones, courtesy of Ron. 2-1 now in the 4th division of singles. Coming up next, it will be Iturbide and Benny, 2nd division doubles match. Taking on, it will be Bueno and Ron for the Cyclones due to the scratches today. You see the final throw, and then, well, he gave it his all, and that's going to stay right there after it. The sportsmanship, a lot of respect between these two players, but in the end, Ron wins it in 3 sets, 6-3 in the last one. Bradley on the move, breaking, he got there, blast the forehand, everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit. Sherry up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop!
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Sherry picks it up in the front court, whips it inside. Another one.
That's what I'm saying. He's clutching.
Okay, so are they going to forfeit? Take a look at that game day scoreboard here. 2.5 points now for the Chargers, just 1 for the Cyclones.
Hold on.
We're going to hear from our winner, Ron. Here is the 4th-ranked player for the Cyclones.
All right, Ron, congratulations on winning that match. 2-1 already in singles. When you compete in singles, what is your general strategy against an equally aggressive opponent like Arta?
Yeah, so Arta is a very good player. We're both backcourt players, so for both of us, my strategy is to put the ball at the back and let him do the rebote, and I'll aggressively go in front to have a point, kill the shot. And that's commonly the basic strategy in Jai-Alai. Go in front and kill the shot.
Ron, again, congratulations on winning that match. We'll see what else happens on today's game day.
Thank you.
And up next, it is the 2nd division double. You see Iturbide and Benny out there right now. Bueno and Ron scheduled to play for the Cyclones. Again, this is a 2nd division doubles match here. Iturbide and Benny representing that 2nd division. But Bueno and Ron sliding in here for the Cyclones. So the injuries for the Cyclones are Ferronda and Amigarena. They're 2nd and 3rd division players. So given the rules of Battle Court, the next 2 highest ranked players available would be the 4 and the 5. That's Bueno and Ron. But we're just getting word in the headsets, too, that it looks like Ron
can't go on.
He's not going to be playing. So I believe this match has just been forfeited by the Cyclones. And unfortunate, folks. Sorry about that, but that match will be forfeited. We were just hearing the news. So Iturbide and Benny will get the win.
This match has been forfeited. Iturbide and Benny will receive a win.
Yeah, I mean, given the injuries already with the team, they were shorthanded, and if Ron can't move there in the back, I mean, no reason to test it any further and perhaps injure that calf even more than seems to be. So Iturbide and Benny will get the win. They walk off the court. That's another 1.5 points for the Chargers. Iturbide 2-0 and hasn't even played a point today. How about that? So 4 points now for the Chargers, 1 for the Cyclones. We'll be moving on to what was our 5th scheduled match, Stu.
Which is El Barba.
Yes.
And Gallo going up against Bueno and Rock.
6 division doubles coming up here. We have a couple extra minutes to get some practice going before this match.
So yes, it's unfortunately one of the problems. There are 6 members on a team, and 3 of them, 2 of them completely out. 1 hit with the ball today, the other one trying to play.
Yeah.
But Ron, win or not, it's got nothing to do with winning or losing. It's can you go back out onto that court? And these are soft tissue injuries. Do you feel that you're going to tear something? We see it often in the bicep, where guys feel like when they throw, they feel a pull. It's very tight.
See Bueno and Tennessee coming out right now. We got again, Elbarba and Gallo. I'll take a look here at the records of these two teams. Bueno and Rock 2-0 so far, so undefeated. One of the better teams for the Cyclones. Elbarba and Gallo 1-2. We got about 30 seconds left here. Yeah, again, these players are preparing for matches, and
yeah, Elbarba just got called basically out of the bullpen, I guess would be a good comparison. Is that what you would compare it to?
It's just in his routine. He likes to warm up. He's got to stretch, and he figured he had an extra
an
at least
game
10 or
to
15
do it.
minutes, and now he's got to get out there. So understand that. Give him extra time here. And I mean, you talk about this opportunity now for the Cyclones. I mean, Ron, he's injured, but hey, he did his job today. He got the point for the team. And if Bueno and Rock can come out of here and get this win, to salvage 2.5 points on this game day would be, I mean, that's a win for this, no doubt about it. Any way you slice it, that'd be a huge win, given the fact that, look, every point up for grabs on a game day, severely shorthanded, and all they need to do is win a couple to come away with these points.
So Gallo's found his way onto the court. Of course, Gallo playing backcourt. He's just joined us for fall 2024.
See Elbarba there too, but don't know if the Chargers have had much practice, so give him a couple extra throws here as we prepare for what is our 5th scheduled match, the 6th Division doubles. It's Elbarba and Gallo against Bueno and Rock. Again, take another look here. See the two teams up there. Elbarba Gallo on the Chargers on the left. Bueno and Rock for the Cyclones on the right.
Always a good time when Elbarba's on the court.
Boy, he's been playing great in some of the practices. Carried that over into battle court. High volatility player. Sometimes he's on and Elbarba looks great out there, and when it's not working, sometimes could really get away from him in a hurry.
I'll fix it. I'll just tell him I'll fix it. I'll fix everything.
Again, look at that game day score. 4 points for the Chargers, 1 point for the Cyclones. And look, they need them right here. Bueno and Rock with an opportunity to improve to 3-0. Get their team another 1.5 points. I mean, obviously, you got to look at the bigger picture here for the Cyclones. I mean, this game day probably can't do much with it, but every point matters over the course of the season. And 2.5 on a day where you're 3 players down is really not the worst.
Give Barba a chance to throw a couple more balls here as we deal with these injuries. That's also going on behind the scenes, but we're focused on the court action.
Just about ready to get this match started. And our 4th scheduled match, that was Iturbide Benny against Bueno and Ron, has been forfeited in favor of the Chargers. So moving on to match number 5, 6th Division doubles. Elbarba and Gallo serve to Bueno and Rock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to move on to our next match. We have Elbarba and Gallo representing the Chargers going up against Bueno and Rock for the Cyclones. Elbarba will have the serve. There's a serve by El Barba. Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. There's the backhand by Rock. Here's the backhand by Bueno. Rebote coming out. Rebote forehand. Just missed on the right side of El Barba. First point of this first set goes to Bueno and Rock. And Barba fired up, huh?
Apologize for those that can read lips pretty well, but I don't think he was satisfied with that rebote.
Now, El Barba runs hot. He runs hot and he plays hot. Here's the backhand by Gallo. Here's a catch by Bueno. Backhand from the 7 line. Tennessee on the backhand. Gallo's there. Backhand. Thrown low and hard. Bueno on the catch. Gallo from the left side. Here's the backhand. Low and hard right inside. Ball ruled tipped first time round. We're tied up 1 point apiece. El Barba has the serve for the Chargers.
Well, you see that improved catching from Gallo day by day, scooping that one up and getting the return to score. And if you're El Barba in this matchup, hey, got to go for it. I mean, you're playing against one of the better teams in this division. He has the shots, and his consistency is what's lacking a bit. But when he throws it well, Stu, there's really nobody that can track it down in this division.
Bueno going for the serve, has a tip ball, 2 points for the Chargers. El Barba and Gallo. El Barba has the serve.
And Bueno trying to make a play up in the front, came right to him, and you expect him to just make that catch.
Here's the backhand by Rock. El Barba's there, midcourt, backhand to the inside, well thrown. Rock from the 11 line, backhand to the inside. Here's El Barba. Rebote, that rebound off the back wall, played on the forehand. Rebote saved by Gallo. Did not have the distance. That ball hit the pad, and the pad is bad. We're tied up 2 points apiece. Bueno has the serve for the Cyclones.
Yeah, Gallo forced to dig out a tough rebote deep into the backcourt, back about the 12 line. Just falling about a half a line short there.
Forehand by Gallo. Big right side by Gallo to the inside. Big bounce.
Oh, my.
Rock with an amazing catch at the sidewall at the 13 line. Beautifully played.
Yes, it
Here's
was.
Gallo. Bueno midcourt. Backhand from the 8 line. Low and hard. Gallo's there. Forehand over the top. Bueno, nice pickup there at the 10 line. That rebote is saved by El Barba. Bueno will attack. He's got the 4 line. Karam will score. Well thrown by Bueno of the Cyclones. Bueno and Rock with 3 points. El Barba and Gallo with 2. First to 6 will win the set. Bueno serves.
And Bueno's not known for his aggressive style and throwing shots up in the front, but
He saw Barba out there and he threw it just the same.
Yeah, throw the carom, force your opponent to make a play, put a little pressure on him, and you see El Barba just a little late to react. Now taking a lead to the Cyclones.
Rebote forehand. Here's a catch by Gallo. Backhand. Powerfully thrown to the inside. Bueno's there. Rebote forehand by El Barba. Bueno takes it on the bounce. Backhand. Low and hard. Gallo saves the rebote. This ball's in play. El Barba calls for the rebote. He makes the save. Big bounce. He's up. Gallo on the rebote to the inside. Rock moves in. Backhand from the 8 line. Ball tipped. That's a 4th point for Bueno and Rock. Bueno has the serve. Forehand by Gallo to the inside. Here's Bueno. Drop ball at the side wall. 3 points for the purple shirts. El Barba and Gallo. El Barba has the serve for the Chargers.
Really struggling on the catch. That's 2 that have come right to Bueno. Just hasn't been able to secure either. 2 of the 3 points that the Chargers have put up there on the board.
Powerful serve by El Barba. Here's the catch and the return by Rock. That clears the overhead screen. El Barba calls for the rebote. Fires it to the outside. Rock reads it, gets there, returns it. Low and inside. Bueno's there. Backhand. Big backhand. Rebote coming out. El Barba on the rebote to the outside. A little too much to the outside. That's out of play. 5 points for Bueno and Rock of the Cyclones. Bueno serves.
And he's staying down.
No, he's getting up.
Yeah. I mean, you like the energy. Maybe just rein it in a bit.
Here's the forehand by Gallo. Here's Bueno on the backhand. Forehand by Gallo over the top. Rock reaching way up high to make that catch. Here's Gallo. Beautiful catch and return by Gallo. Here's a rebote for Bueno. Bueno, forehand rebote. Low and hard. Gallo's there. Gallo from the right side. Rebote forehand. 2-all. Will score for El Barba. 4 points for the purple shirts, El Barba and Gallo. Bueno and Rock still a possible set point. El Barba has the serve. That's one thing we know about El Barba. You never count El Barba out. Never. Never. He's gonna get up, shout something derogatory at someone, or just out into the ether and score a couple points.
Yeah, but you like that. I mean, if El Barba and Gallo are going to win this matchup, El Barba's, man, he's got to put some points up on the board. And
he plays well fired up. He does.
Yep.
And fortunately, it's not that difficult to get him fired up. Ball under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the 4 and 7 line. Here's the backhand by Rock. El Barba off the tip of the cesta. Point and set for Bueno and Rock of the Cyclones. They win the first set. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our next set. So that first set going 6-4 in favor of Bueno and Rock. Bueno with some uncharacteristic misses.
yeah, and just early on, I mean, settling in there, fortunately closing that one out. And just hope, I mean, yeah, for the Cyclone, just more of the same in that second set. See Manu coming over there, team captain. And look, I mean, depending on where you picked at the draft, you might have an advantage in the 5 and the 6, and a slight advantage, that is. And you see, the Cyclones, they finished towards the bottom of the standings last year. They picked second in each round of the draft this year. They froze Bueno, who's in the 5th division, gives you, I He gives you a lot up in the front court, has some versatility. He can play in the back. His catching, his play has been phenomenal this year. And then Rock, who's had a career in the 5th division as well in some seasons, now playing in Division 6. So you look at two guys in this division that you figure are going to have some success together. So far, so good. Undefeated to begin, but again, will be a full 10 doubles matches per team, per rank. So we got a long way to go to finish off that regular season.
There we are in the DraftKings players cage. You see Bueno there seated, wiping his face. Rock tying into the cesta. Rock very deliberate in how he ties his cesta. Some players do it very quickly. And there is actually no one way to tie that cesta. There's no one right or wrong way. There's a couple different ways of doing it. Player's preference. Got about 20 seconds to go before we begin this second set. Reminder of the scoring here in Battle Court. First team to reach 6 points wins the set. First team to win 2 sets wins the match. There we have El Barba strapping in. Judge with a gentle reminder. That it's time to come out and play.
Yeah, you think Bueno's dreaming about Jai-Alai at this point? I mean, 4 matches the last day. I mean, he was scheduled to play about every one today. A couple have been forfeited. So, boy, he's been out there a lot of mileage so far this season for Bueno. And I'll tell you what, I mean, doesn't have a lot to show for it subbing sometimes, but love what he brings to this Cyclones team. Love his energy, his commitment to the game, and still giving it his all here in this match. Looking to take the win. There's the beginning of our second set.
El Barba serves. Set 2 begins. Gallo picks it up on the forehand. Big bounce. Rebote midcourt. And scoring. First point for El Barba and Gallo of the Chargers. El Barba has the serve.
Boy, sounded like it died off the back wall here. Pretty heavy sound, and Bueno going down to a knee to make that play would indicate that maybe it didn't make its way as far as Bueno thought it was. He set up about the 9 line there and just couldn't dig it out.
Here's the backhand by Rock, thrown powerfully inside. That's a fine catch by Gallo. That backhand, though, took off. Hit too high on the front wall, then the overhead screen. We're tied up 1 point apiece. Bueno has the serve for the Cyclones.
You see Gallo making a difficult catch-up overhead and then sending that backhand way up high in the overhead screen. Equal to about the 2, maybe 3 line. That just tells you didn't have control of the ball.
That ball comes into the cesta, needs to be stopped. It is going to roll, but it'll roll from the thicker part of the cesta up near the tip. Rebote forehand by Bueno. Here's the catch by Gallo. Rebote left side. Here's Rock. Rock from the forehand. Rebote forehand by Bueno. Gallo comes over the top on the right side again. Here's Bueno from the 6th line. Great catch by El Barba. El Barba from the costado right up the middle. Rock makes the catch. Gallo on the rebote to the inside. Here's Rock from the 12 line. Ball in and out of Gallo's cesta. That's 2 points for Bueno and Rock. Bueno has a serve. Gallo taking a cue from Barba on that one. I don't think I've ever heard.
Yeah,
that I think is a first.
And frustrating. I mean, adjusting to a new basket. Hasn't had mmany wins to start his career here, and, you know.
Fault over serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line.
And you've been playing this sport for long enough. I mean, I think Gal is saying, I mean, that's a catch that he expects to make. He's made it, you know, over the course of his life.
Frustrated,
and then,
frustrated with himself, no question about it. Yeah. Here's Bueno mid-court. Throws the carom. Stopped by El Barba. El Barba with the carambola. Stopped by Bueno. Gallo gets in there at the sidewall. Makes the play. Robote. Forehand by Bueno. Gallo now from the 12 line. Mid-court. Bueno's there. Here's El Barba. Backhand from the 8 line. Ball tipped. 2 points for El Barba and Gallo. Of the Chargers, El Barba has a serve.
And still trouble on the catch for Bueno there. Again, giving a point away in this set now. And the leader of this team, highest ranked player, very aggressive, cutting balls off on the inside.
Hard serve by El Barba, caught by Rock. El Barba moves up, makes the catch fine on the left side. Big backhand, caught by Rock. Big backhand, Robote coming out. Robote left side by El Barba. Gallo calls for it, has it on the forehand, hard throw. Drops low on the back wall, shoots out high. Bueno makes the save, here's Gallo with the 6. Cortada with a light touch, stopped by Bueno. Robote forehand. Rock's there. Backhand from the 11 line. Robote forehand saved by Gallo. Here's Bueno from the 9 line. Backhand to the inside. Gallo's there. Backhand 2-all. Caught the top of the pad. Any part of the pad is bad. 3 points for Bueno and Rock. Bueno has the serve.
I mean, game of inches on the catch and on these throws, too. I mean, unfortunate break catching the top part of the pad. That was pretty clear. Sailing all the way into the backcourt. I mean, get just a half an inch, maybe, a couple centimeters more, and that's a perfect backhand 2-all.
El Barba picks the serve, rifles it to the corner. Beautifully thrown by Barba. That's at the sidewall and a great save by Bueno. There's the backhand by Gallo, caught by Rock. Ball tipped in the backcourt. 4 points for Bueno and Rock. Bueno has the serve.
And just like to see Barba do a little more if he picks off that serve. I mean, coming right to his forehand.
Oh, he's got shots.
Yeah, I mean, elevated it inside and gave Bueno a chance on the Robote. That's a
in
perfect
and
serve.
out of the cesta the ball goes. 5 points for Bueno and Rock. This is possible match point.
Yeah, that one coming right along the side wall.
Forehand by Gallo. Robote takes a big bounce. Robote save. Cortada Robote hit the pad. That's 3 points for El Barba and Gallo. Still possible match point for Bueno and Rock. Bueno knows that he's got some points to play with there. That's a particularly difficult shot if he was going for the Cortada Robote. We don't see them very often. Good hard serve by El Barba. Here's Rock on the backhand. El Barba makes the catch, backhand. Rock's there. Right side. Here's the catch by El Barba. Backhand to the inside. Rock makes the catch. Comes over the top from the 12 line. Here's Rock from the 13. Powerful forehand by Gallo, caught midcourt by Bueno. Backhand. Backhand by Gallo, low and hard, caught by Bueno. Bueno goes deep. Gallo's there again. Backhand. Big backhand by El Barbo. Rebote kicking way out. Rotate forehand, low and hard, caught by Gallo. Backhand by Gallo. Beautiful catch by Rock. Big backhand, though, hits the overhead screen. 4 points for El Barba and Gallo. Still possible match point for Bueno and Rock.
Rock doing the right thing. I mean, the fact that he stepped up to that ball, got it in the ear, you love to see that. But again, when you don't have full control of that ball in the basket, you see it sent up that high. Just maybe got to take a little bit off of it and just keep that rally going. Don't need a pass when you get it all the way back there. Chargers just hanging around, though, 5-4. Tight set here late.
Still possible match point here for the Cyclones. Let's see what Barba does with this serve. Low hard serve by El Barbo will score. Takes it to 5-5. So, this is set point for the Chargers, match point for the Cyclones.
Well, El Barba, one of the leaders in terms of aces on this roster, top 3. Again, crossing the sidewall late and low.
He discovered something.
That's a good combination.
Last year, and it's worked for him.
Oh, wow.
Point and set for El Barba and Gallo, winning the second set 6-5. 2 minutes go on the board. We'll come back out and play our third and decisive set.
Wow, Cyclones really let that one slip away.
My, oh, my.
Wow, what a run, El Barba and Gallo. I mean, good serving by El Barba. I mean, got those 2 points late, and again, you just keep hanging around, put a little more pressure on your opponent, and you see it. I mean, in the end, just 2 misses that we don't usually see from Rock in the back. Could be a factor.
No, tremendous serving by El Barba there. So we always say, you never count El Barba out. Never. You never count El Barba out.
Just when it looked like the Cyclones were going to close it in straight sets, the Chargers made that run. Keeping the match going into a third and decisive set here.
It's really anyone's match based on how that second set went. You're watching Battle Court live from the Magic City Jai-Alai Fronton in Miami, Florida. Here we are in the DraftKings Players Cage. You see the Chargers there in the foreground, getting ready to play this third and final set. Barba, he's the one with the beard. Sorry, the long beard. Gallo there on the other side, on the left side of your screen. And here we have the Cyclones just dealing with multiple injuries, multiple fairly significant injuries.
Well, if the Cyclones are able to finish out this match and win, 2.5 points on the day would give them 18.5 for the season. It's only 1.5 points behind the Warriors for that final playoff spot. So even given all these injuries, given everything that's gone against them today, to get this win, Ron's singles win also important. Not going to hurt them too much in those standings, too. And the Warriors and Cyclones would be even on games played after today, too. So it's a big spot for Bueno and Rock. See if they can convert. Third set, ready to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready to begin our third and final set of this match. Bueno will have the serve for the Cyclones. Here's a serve. We begin. Gallo on the forehand. Here's a catch by Bueno. Rebote forehand. Falls short. First point of the important third set goes to Bueno and Rock of the Cyclones. Bueno has the serve.
And that one just dropped into the top part of the pad. I mean, Gallo's been pretty close, flirting with that top part.
Fault under serve. Second serve must be good. Good serve lands between the forehand 7 line. In and out of the cesta the ball goes. That's 2 points for Bueno and Rock. Here's a catch by Bueno. Forehand to the inside. There's a catch by El Barba. Backhand from the 7 line to the inside. Rock is there. Rebote. That rebound off the back wall played by El Barba. Oh, he got hit with his own ball. That is loss of point. 3 points for Bueno and Rock. Bueno has the serve.
Yeah, and I saw Duck on stage, too.
He was trying to get out of the way. He knew that ball was coming and he couldn't. So he's got the frustration of getting hit with the ball, which 1, doesn't feel good, and 2, the loss of point.
Right, that's a
yeah, it's like a double.
Adding insult to injury there, and not really good. 3 points. Cyclones in control of this third set. Got to close it out.
There's a backhand by Gallo. Powerfully thrown. Caught by Rock. Rock from the right side. El Barba midcourt on the catch. Juggling on the catch of El Barba. That is 4 points for Bueno and Rock. Bueno has the serve for the Cyclones.
And you can tell, I mean, just kind of stopped his swing from the left side right there. And when you do that, hesitate just a bit, pretty clear that you're holding it.
Here's a catch by El Barba. Backhand. Powerfully thrown. Beautiful costado thrown by Bueno to the inside. Here's a 2-0 by Gallo. Stopped by Bueno. Bueno powerfully with the carambola. That scores. 5 points for Bueno and Rock. Possible match point.
I mean, that ball is, after it makes contact with the sidewall, it's about an inch off the floor at its apex. I mean, just absolutely perfect there by Bueno. Interplay with the sidewall. Clean set here so far. Looking to add another 1.5 points for the Cyclones, which would be huge today. Well, that's
ace. Point, set, and match for Bueno and Rock of the Cyclones, taking it 6-0 in the final set.
And we see that 3 sets, 6-4, 5-6, 6-0. Bueno and Rock adding another 1.5 points for the Cyclones on this game day. The final match of the day. Final match of the day has been forfeited by the Cyclones. Yeah, I mean, given the injuries today, don't think Manu was at 100%, so they have decided to forfeit that final match, which will give Zuleika and Benny the win in the top division doubles. So let's officially go over here. We'll add that result, and then we'll get you a final game day score before we kick it off to the post-game show. So Zuleika and Benny will get the win in that final match, giving the Chargers, we'll see here in a moment, we'll see that score change. Should be 5.5 points for the Chargers on the game day, 2.5 for the Cyclones. You see that right now. And we'll get the post-game show started here momentarily.
What is Battle Court Jai-Alai? The world's fastest ball sport, and so much more. Jai-Alai is played inside a 3-wall court that measures just 120 feet long by 33 feet wide. The game is played with a hand-woven wicker basket called a cesta and a Jai-Alai ball. The ball is as hard as a rock, and it travels around the court at an average speed of 150 miles per hour. Players will crash into the sidewall or throw themselves onto the concrete ground without a single layer of padding just to get to it. Jai-Alai is like playing baseball if you had to catch and throw with just the gloved hand. And it's a rally sport, kind of like tennis, but much more dangerous.
Manny, there's a carom. Bradley on the move, breaking. He got there. Blast the forehand. Everybody out of the way, and Nicholas got hit by the ball.
Jai-Alai is played as a singles match or as a doubles match. The match winner is the first player or doubles pair to win 2 out of 3 sets played to 6 points.
Gaucheri up in the front court towards the inside. What a scoop
What an amazing
by Douglas.
catch.
Gaucheri picks it up in the front court, whips it inside.
What another
one.
mate. Did it
He
again.
made it.
2 times back to back. That's freaking crazy.
Here's Gaucheri, 2-all return. Douglas reaching outside. Powerful forehand at the feet is missed for the
Point,
win.
set, and match.
Point, set, and match.
That's
Douglas.
respect.
Every point rally begins with a serve, then the players alternate catching and throwing the ball. While a point is being played, the ball can hit any of the court walls, but it cannot bounce twice on the ground. Simply put, the object of the game is to catch one more ball than your opponent, or better yet, to fire the ball so it can't be caught. When a player cannot successfully return the ball to the front wall, then 1 point is awarded to the opposition and the next rally begins with a new serve. A Battle Court game day consists of 6 matches, and the team that wins the most matches wins the day. Pick your favorite team, doubles pairing, or singles player, and cheer for them all season long. Or up the ante and bet on it. Battle Court Jai-Alai allows for wagering on the matches, the sets, and each individual point. The ball is lethal, the game is lightning fast, and the action is limitless. This is Battle Court Jai-Alai.
Hey everyone, welcome into the Battle Court post-game show. 5.5 points for the Chargers when all was said and done, just 2.5 for the Cyclones. Couple of forfeits, couple of changes throughout the day.
An unusual day. Yeah, an unusual day for Battle
at the
Court.
Fronton today. We do have, I guess we'll call it a captain of the day here, representing the Chargers, the winning team today. We're going to hear from Benny joining us on the headset. Benny, it's been a pretty good start to your Chargers team this season. What's going to be the key to get your second championship in Battle Court?
Yeah, well, we just need to continue playing how we're playing. Usually the Chargers, for some reason, get off to a slow start. But this season, we got off to a pretty good start, so we just need to continue what we're doing.
Yeah, and speaking of that hot start, Zuleika, only 1 loss so far in doubles. What does a player like that bring to this team when he's firing?
Yeah, I mean, as, the number 1 player, Zuleika needs to play well for the team to do good. And so far, this is probably the best start to his season, so that's probably why, we're higher up in the standings right now.
Benny, we can't look at today without looking at injuries, of course, taking out a number of matches here for the Cyclones. As a player, can you speak just generally about, some of the injuries that you've seen with some of the... In fact, if I'm not mistaken, you've never scratched, right?
Never.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So we're talking to the wrong person if we want to know about scratching. But you have played through a couple injuries, and that much I do know. If you are feeling sore, either in your arm, legs, wherever it happens to be, and you have a certain fear when you go to throw that ball, what's it like playing through that pain?
Yeah, I know I had a wrist injury early on when I came to Magic City. So you really just need to try and play around it. If it hurts you on the right side, try and throw on the left side, and try to do as much therapy as possible to get through the pain. Luckily, I haven't had any bad injuries to where I need a scratch, but we'll see. Hopefully that stays the same.
I was just going to say, hopefully keep it that way, Benny.
Absolutely.
Congratulations. A tough day, but your team does come away with the win. 5.5 points. Our captain / player of the day. Thanks, Benny.
Thank you.
And Stu and I will continue on here with the post-game show, and only played a few of the matches on the schedule, but we'll roll some of the replays to recap the action that we saw behind us. Getting started here in the third division of doubles. That one played as scheduled. That was Bueno Manu against Zuleika and Arta.
So the day got off to a great start, but again, just like any other sport and any other day, you never know how the day is going to turn out. Obviously, we're dealing with one of the hardest and fastest balls of any sport, and in that case, injury can happen really at any time. Zuleika was pounding the ball here in this first and second set. An example of Zuleika with the kill shot. You saw Bueno just really kind of getting out of the way at that point.
Yeah,
he saw Zuleika, and that's the way. It's like I knew where you were, and I was still going to throw it. It's
he's had his back turned here. He does.
I'm not trying to hit you, but I am trying to score this point. Well done by Zuleika.
And then what a singles match here. Ron and Arta, boy, shot for shot all the way through the third set.
Arta did a great job of getting out there, making that catch, landing it in. Very well done. Was pleased by Ron's ability, his court position. Get into position before you have to start running. Here we see Arta on the backhand. So here's the rebote, that rebound off the back wall. Ron just throws it back in out of reach to score.
Yeah, off his footing here, flicks it up, but then gets it right back on the inside.
Arta sees the second bounce coming. Arta sees the second bounce coming before he takes his first step. Ron stepping outside. Again, we have another rebote. Lays up this 2-all, this high bounce 2-all. Again, looked potentially like it was going out when the ball hits that high up on the front wall. Arta going straight to the outside for this. And look at Ron lay this up high to the side wall, also to the front wall. Lands in, takes the big bounce.
Wow. Turning that rebote into a shot. Ron executing the 2-all there and ultimately coming away with the win. And then 6 division doubles here. Look at this one by Bueno. Low and hard, and yeah, that kicked way to the outside and kept it low off the side wall.
Very well done by Bueno. Bueno has been bringing an energy all of fall 2024 that's been really impressive to see. Lines up a beautiful catch here. And look at the throw on the return. Beautifully done.
And then here in the third set, big lead for the Cyclones, and that one ends it officially. 6-0 in the third set. Sorry, 6-1, I believe, in the third set. Look at this. Bueno, out of reach of El Barba. Talk about crossing low again.
That's a perfect angle right there, which shows you how difficult it is to try to catch that ball.
Yeah, scored on 2 serves in that third set. Final look right here. Yeah.
Right off the top of the cesta.
Ball missed, giving the Cyclones their second win of the game day. Again, coming away with 2.5 points on the day. Not all too bad. Only 1.5 points outside of the fourth and final playoff spot, which here in Battle Court, that's just one doubles win, Stu. So given everything working against the Cyclones, dealing with injuries before the game day, during the game day, and look at where they stand in the season. Still got a shot to make the playoffs here.
And realistically, a question about Manu, basically what happened with Manu, why couldn't he come out and play that last game? One thing, we didn't show highlights in the highlight reel. He got drilled with the ball coming off of the side wall fairly hard. Was in the back trying to ice it in between. Just didn't feel like he can come out and compete in that last match. So it was forfeited.
Let's take a look here. You see those standings. The Chargers inching closer to the Renegades. Looks like a half point separating those two teams, but the Renegades will be in action on Friday night. Yeah, that's a half-point lead, Stu, and the Renegades still have one full game day to catch up to where the Chargers are.
Yeah, you had mentioned how the Renegades had really taken advantage of getting out in front early.
Absolutely. Well, on Friday, 7 p.m. start time, we get the top division singles, Gosheri against Alex. That gets us going. Then Ben against Kubala in singles. Then Goanaga against Urbieta in singles. Then 3 doubles to close it out. First, Correa Ben against Alex and Bradley. Then Goanaga and Flores take on CRB and Kubala. And we'll close it out. Gosheri and Arats against Alex and Urbieta. Good news for the Renegades and Devils. All players healthy, so no changes on that game day. We'll see you back here on Friday as we continue on the Fall 24 Battle Court season. Have a good week, everybody. See you then.
See you Friday at 7.
have any serving rituals?
Yeah, I have a lot of them.
Today we're comparing the tennis ball to the highlight ball.
Just like that effortless look, you know, but it's really a lot of effort.
5 facts about Battle Court Highlight you didn't know.
The ball averages a speed of 150 miles an hour, and the world record is 190 miles an hour.
Hi, my name is Anderson, and I cracked this glass.
I love y'all boys.